Welcome to this daily guided meditation practice. This is the Attentive Mind. My name is Nathan, and I'll be guiding you through this meditation practice today. All right, find yourself a seated position. Really quickly, the goal with the position, as always, is to find something both sturdy and comfortable. You don't want to feel uncomfortable during the practice because then you'll just be distracted by your body during the practice. You also want to feel a sense of stability because it in turn gives us a sense of groundedness, a sense of being here for this moment's sake alone. So sitting in a chair works nicely. Lying down, just don't fall asleep. Or sitting in a formal meditation posture works. Just find what works for you. We also keep our eyes open during this practice. But of course, that's actually optional. I say things as such a habit, but it's actually an optional. You can close your eyes too if you'd like. And if you prefer to close your eyes, go ahead and close your eyes. But if your eyes are open, leave the screen alone and drop your gaze gently down below you. Just looking at the floor or the desk or whatever is just below you. We're not staring or analyzing at a particular part in the floor or a spot in the floor, but we're also not zoned out and blurry. We have a gentle gaze directed softly yet clearly downwards. You're in a comfortable and sturdy position. And your eyes are either closed or open, gaze directed softly, yet clearly downwards. Recognize that you are here. You're just here. This moment. And notice all the things that you want to get done, your goals, your aspirations, and your accomplishments that you wish to achieve. And notice how none of those exist right here. This moment is all that is real. So notice what is here. And we do this by letting go of our to-do lists, letting go of our story, of our life history, our personality, and who we think we are. All of that is thinking. Notice what's here. Body sensations, emotions, sounds, smells. All of this here and now. already free from the past and the future. And notice where you feel to exist. Many of us feel that we're in our heads somehow, that the real me is somewhere closer to my head than my foot. And see if you can just drop this view, drop it down to this feeling and sensations of the breath. Essentially, notice the breath as if you are the breath. Notice this gentle rhythm of the rising and falling of breathing. Don't go back to the head. Don't be distracted by this next thought. And if you're normal, I'm probably interrupting you talking to yourself in your head. And of course, this is okay. But notice how when you're thinking, the breath is lost. You feel to exist in your head, and you're distracted by whatever thought comes by. So when you notice that you're lost in thought, your task is simple. Gently return to breathing. And you will get lost again. So return to breathing again. Only don't push too hard here. We're not forcing. We're being gentle. Gently returning to the breath, rising and falling. Come back. Gently return to the breath. Not concentrating, lightly aware of breathing. Breathing, rising and falling. Wake up. Wake up from thinking. return to the breath. This moment. Rising and falling. What sits here? What notices the breath? This isn't a question to be answered in the usual way. We're not thinking. In the same way you find the breath, find you. Turn the attention back. What are you? And if you don't understand, stay there. Remain as this don't know mind. And completely rest right here. Okay, you can look at the screen. There's something that I wrote on my whiteboard the other day. And I just wrote, move the dirt. Move the dirt. And because lately, and it happens ever so often, things pile up, It becomes stressful. All the things that I want to do, all my desires I want to accomplish. We all know this. And yes, even as practitioners of meditation, even if we've done it for a long time, it still comes up. So for myself, I write little reminders. And one of these reminders is move the dirt. And this comes from a story from Ajahn Brahm. I bring him up all the time, but he's a Theravada Buddhist monk from in the forest Thai tradition. And one of my friends is a monk under him. But he tells this story about when he just first became a monk. And he was told when he got to the monastery under Ajahn Chah, which is the head monk, he was told within the first few weeks or something that there's this big pile of dirt at the monastery. And like a giant pile of dirt. And all they had was wheelbarrows and shovels, and they're in the hot, sticky desert with mosquitoes and snakes. And they were told to move this giant pile of dirt to another side of the monastery by Ajahn Chah, the leader, the Ajahn, the head monk. And it took them 3 days to move this giant pile of dirt back and forth. And Ajahn Chah left the monastery, went to another monastery to do a talk or something. And the second head guy, don't want to use the words, but basically the second head guy was like, oh, no, this pile of dirt needs to go to another side. So Ajahn Chah and a whole bunch of other monks had to move the dirt back to another spot. Took another 3 days of wheelbarrows and shovels. Then Ajahn Chah returns and says, what is the pile of dirt doing here? It needs to be over there, like I said. So again, another 3 days in the heat and mosquitoes and sweat and horribleness. They had to move the dirt. And that when Ajahn Brahm, when he was a monk, heard that he had to move this dirt again, he got very angry. He's like, I came here to meditate. I came here to wake up. I did not come here to do construction work and move dirt around. It's too much. I have no time for my practice. Sounds familiar. But he said that a senior monk to him looked at him and saw him angry, basically saying this out loud. And he looked at him and he tells him, moving the dirt is easy. Thinking about it is hard. And at that moment, Ajahn Brahm found this realization. Because it is true that it's not the things that we do in life that is really necessarily difficult. It's the constant commentary about those things that make it difficult. It's the rumination and the frustration about what we have to do and the constant looking into the future and worrying about all the things we got to get done. That's the pain, not the act itself. You can only do this thing right here. You're only here. So whenever you feel stressed or overwhelmed, remember this line. Just move the dirt. You don't need to constantly think about it and make your life more miserable than it needs to be. Thank you for your time today. And as always, and without exception, I'll see you tomorrow.